You need to get up and wash these damn dishes now.
I don't know who you talking to, but
I'm talking to you right now. You need to go and wash these damn dishes.
No,
I'm not gonna wash the dishes. I'm talking to you.
You're not talking.
It has been said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, I want to use a few words to paint a picture for you, because sometimes those thousands of words paint a picture that simply isn't true. For instance, with social media, we seem to just immediately fall in love with posts of picture-perfect lovers and think hashtag goals. I wish I could experience that on my own. And then we begin craving this relationship and painting this unrealistic picture without a clue of what happens beyond the picture and in the home. We fall in love with images and ideas, but sometimes there's a darkness that hides behind them. We don't know the hell that someone may be going through. We don't know the strength that they may need for surviving. Pictures can mask the pain and agony, strain and tragedy, refrain from reality. I'm saying they can actually hide the hurt that someone is dealing with. She thought he was the one. In the beginning, he treated her like a queen. He held doors, made sure that she was cared for, the man of her dreams. She believed that this could be her happily ever after, or so it seemed. That is until the first time he claimed that he just needed to let off a little steam. It started with little things like too many dishes in the sink that led him to using a harsher tone. Then he would begin to attack her verbally. It hurt her deep. In their own house, she felt far from home. Sometimes she would yell back, showing that she did not condone. Then finally, for the first time ever, he put hands on her, and she was shocked, lost, and felt all alone. This seemed like a nightmare, but no matter how hard she tried, she just couldn't wake up. And ironically, this same nightmare is the thing that prevented her from going to sleep. Late nights, she stayed up. In bed, she begged for God's help, even though she wasn't the type to pray much. And while she waited for him to answer, she pulled the covers up until the morning cover-up. She used makeup. She tried to figure out how life had led her to this moment where the love of her life was willing to harm her. She wondered if things would ever change, or would it be more of the same? Could he ever go back to being her knight in shining armor? His apologies made her think possibly, but with each one, her outlook was less promising. I mean, honestly, she no longer believed him. Even though she nodded in agreement, she knew she had two options to proceed with: either leave him or potentially die from a beating that evening. That evening was tense. Things got heated again. They went back and forth. He threatened to beat her again. She stood up to him, knowing that physically she couldn't win. But she remembered all of the times that she pleaded with him not to leave her bruised and bleeding again, and she refused to back down or to retreat. In the end, he stepped closer and closer, screaming, her breathing intense, and she remembered all of the pain he caused, how he hurt her soul. She grabbed the closest thing to her, and she reversed the roles. She knew now that there was no turning back. She was shocked that she even had the strength to react. She had to find a safe place before he had a chance to counteract. So she ran for her life, no time to look back. Barricaded in her room, she heard her furious lover on the other side of the door. She knew that if she opened it that night, she could become a corpse. She wanted to call for help, but his "I'm sorry" sounded so authentic. Maybe this time he actually meant it. She picked up her phone with the intent to do what most of us would want her to, without a question. But the past memories begin to overshadow the misery. Despite his aggression, she still loved him, so she was divided and torn about how to take action. With a lot of stories like these, we never know what ends up happening until it's too late.
911, what's your emergency?